Tom, as champion, I want you to introduce the video to my people.
Welcome to the AEW Forbidden Door Cultaholic Predictions. I am the challenger for the AEW Cultaholic Predictions Championship, Tom Campbell, and this is Rossi Drip.
Yes, the coffin has been in the ground for 2 long years, but a quick old hot year, and we've lifted it up, and we're back with the gold round the waist, baby. Let's predict.
Let's predict a bit. We will be doing live reactions to Forbidden Door on Sunday. Also, you can check out 9 pitches on the channel waiting for you right now, and you will reflect on what happened at Forbidden Door in what happened at Forbidden Door afterwards as well. But here and the now, let's predict some wow.
On the pre-show, we have Team Chris Statlander taking on Team Willow Nightingale. Tom, who are you taking and why?
Willow! I think this is Willow and Tam Nakano's chance to get a little revenge on Chris Statlander and Momo Watanabe. I think that it's a great way to start the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Obviously, Willow's upset because Bezzy's turned on her. So a revenge is sweet for Willow on the pre-show. Who you got and why?
I'm going for the other team, Tom, because I think we're on for a longer storyline here with Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander as the centerpieces. I can see this feud being blown off at a certain stadium all but 3 miles to the south of Newcastle upon Tyne. If you listen to Michael Cole's geography from back in 2015, that's Wembley Stadium. I reckon Willow and Chris's feud might blow off there, so getting Chris a heelish victory over Willow to make Willow a little bit more angry, that's the way I think we're going to go.
The TNT title will be decided in a ladder match. Konosuke, Takeshita, Mark Briscoe, Jack Perry, Dante Martin, Leo Rush and El Phantasmo. Who you got and why?
Looking at the field, it was really difficult to make a case for anybody but Jack Perry. Just the way the storyline's been, the Elite were going to hand the title to Jack Perry. That didn't happen. We've now got the ladder match. Jack Perry's going to win. Jack Perry's going to win, Tom, isn't he, Tom?
Jack Perry is actually the winner for me as well. There is so many people in this match who I think would have a lovely time as TNT champion, but none really have the storyline reason to have it. Mark Briscoe is the Ring of Honor champion. Here's a wild idea. Why doesn't Mark Briscoe, the Ring of Honor champion, defend the title on Ring of Honor? Admittedly, he does this week, but that's the first time in 1,000 years, pal. Either way, the Elite's taking control of the TNT title. Seems like the right way to go. So we're both going Jack Perry on this one.
Yeah, the only people I think was Dante Martin and Leo Rush had a backstage segment where they're like, "Ooh, I'm going to win because I do more flips." But apart from that, no one else has really got a storyline heading into this match.
Not
so
a
Jack Perry will win.
One. Cry me a river.
Next up, we have a trios match. The Elite taking on the Acclaimed and Sesame General. That's not his nickname, is it? Tanahashi is teaming with the Acclaimed. Tom, who are you taking and what?
Seems like an instruction more than a name.
Sesame General.
It's the Elite, this is. They're just getting their rocks on and getting their rocks off as the maniacal leaders of all Elite Wrestling. Seems weird to have them lose out to the baby faces here. So I think the Bucks and Okada picking up the dub seems quite obvious to me. Is it obvious to you?
It seems obvious to me as well. I don't know if we're getting my lines with Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale, the Elite and the Acclaimed, getting mixed up here, but it feels like the Acclaimed are the next in line for a tag team title shot, obviously, so knocking them down a bit. The Elite becoming more bastardy before defending their titles against the Acclaimed. It makes sense to me, so the Elite for the win. Sesame General. Oh yes, squelch it. Sorry, it's the second time in the video.
The Owen Hart tournament continues at Forbidden Door. It's Shingo Takagi versus Bryan Danielson. Who you got and why?
On one hand, you've got the guy who said, "Wow, I'm retiring this year. Birdie B wants me to come home. I've got one more shot at a main event." And this is how he's going to get there. And then you've got the other guy who is Shingo, who has none of those things. So Bryan Danielson will win, and I reckon win quite easily there, Tom.
No bingo for Shingo. It is Bryan Danielson here, as you say. Obvious choice to march on through this tournament. Does he win the Owen Hart tournament? Well, his name's not Jeff Jarrett, so surely not. But I think Bryan Danielson and Takagi are going to have a banger of a match, but I think it is Danielson. Are we agreeing on that again?
Oh, yes.
We are far too agreeable.
It's going to be too tight, this one, Tom. Very tight, very tight.
Sweet.
Next up, we have a trios match. It's the Learning Tree taking on Pulp Fiction, Samoa Joe, Hook, and their friend. I don't know what word was going to come out there. Their friend Shibata. Who are you taking and why?
Do you know how they say Pulp Fiction in France?
Le Poulpe, Le Fiction.
Probably. Samoa Joe and Pals winning this one. Whilst the learning tree has been, I genuinely think, a bit of a happy accident because nobody really wanted Jericho in the title picture. He is once again turning chicken salad into something, taking chicken salad from something that is chicken you-know-what. But I feel like Joe, Hook and Shibata have got to win this one, and then Hook's got to get that belt back at some point. Who you got and what?
I don't know if it's heart over head, but I think what Jericho's doing is absolutely putrid. He's making chicken salad into chicken poo there, Tom.
Oh.
And I think the injury to Brian Keith might play a part. Obviously, on this week's Dynamite, we saw Minoru Suzuki approached by Jericho to be his partner. Minoru said, no, I want nothing to do with the learning tree. I want to fight you for the FTW title instead. So maybe that could bleed into the finish as well. But I'm going to go for the baby faces to chop down the tree.
Zack Sabre Jr. faces freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Who you got and why?
This is one of the more harder ones to predict, in my opinion, but I'm going to go for the story being Orange Cassidy has lost all of his friends, apart from Tomohiro Ishii, as we saw on this week's Dynamite. Obviously, Zack Sabre Jr. has his friends in his little stable with their indie musics and whatnot, so I'm going to go for the lesser in terms of numbers, overcoming the morer in terms of numbers, therefore Orange Cassidy to defeat Zack Sabre Jr. in a technical masterpiece, the likes of which we've never seen before from Orange Cassidy.
I feel that Orange is going to surprise a lot of people in a technical showdown, but I don't think you're beating Zack Sabre Jr. in this particular field. I think we're going to get a lovely visual at the end where Zack Sabre Jr. looks at Orange Cassidy as if to go, flippity dippity. That was more than I expected.
I got me there, kid. Wow.
Oh, you nearly got me, kiddo. Right. But no, I think ZSJ is picking up the W over OC on this one, to be honest.
It's a tough one to call.
It is a tough one to call because Orange Cassidy is very much an intangible, an intangerine, if you will, in the world of wrestling. But I think Zack Sabre Jr. is going to tap him out here.
No, I don't agree with that, no.
Wow.
I was nodding there, Tom, and I don't agree.
You nodded, but your heart nodded.
Next up in a winner-takes-all match for several titles, all being contested at the same time in the same match. It's Mercedes Mone taking on Stephanie Vaquer. Who are you taking and why?
You spend so much money on bringing Mone over, you can't have her lose to Stephanie Vaquer here. That's the only reason I can think of to have the result go this way. I think Mone's winning everything.
I think,
and for me, the visual of Mercedes Mone holding multiple belts with the character that she currently has, I think that is more fitting than having Stephanie Vaquer end Mone's TBS title reign somewhat out of nowhere. So it's got to be Mone, surely.
There's been nothing to suggest in this storyline heading up into this match that Mercedes Mone is in any jeopardy whatsoever. She's very confident. Stephanie Vaquer has not really been seen too much outside of promo packages, so I just don't get the feeling that Stephanie's going to get the job done at all. It doesn't feel, or maybe they've done that on purpose, Tom. Maybe they're going to whizzle-wazzle us, but I agree with you. I think Mercedes Mone holding all the gold makes all the sense in the world.
Whizzle-wazzle.
In the world.
MJF faces Hechicero in our next match at Forbidden Door. Who you got and why? And why is it MJF?
He's a cartoon character, but drawn really badly, said MJF about his opponent on Sunday, before doing a promo which set up a potential match with Daniel Garcia and then another potential match with Will Ospreay when he should really be hyping up the match against Hechicero. I think this would just be a showcase of wrestlers doing wrestling well, and I think MJF is going to come out on top. I can't think of anything else that might get in the way.
Would it surprise you if I said Hechicero is going to beat MJF?
Would. And he just said it, so there we go. It's locked in. Thomas picked Hechicero, everybody.
No, I had my fingers crossed behind my back all along. It's MJF, of course it is. It's a return to pay-per-view for Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He has far bigger fish to fry than Hechicero, with the greatest respect to Hechicero. It seems like a weird match sort of thrown on there, like something that's a few rungs above an exhibition for MJF to get him on the pay-per-view. But yeah, MJF for the W.
I think it'll be early on in the card, and out of sight, out of mind MJF. Maybe come back at the end of the card for something. Find out what in a little bit, everybody. Next up for the AEW Women's Championship, we have Timeless Toni Storm taking on Mina Shirakawa. Who are you taking and why?
Timeless Toni's time is not ending. As much as I have enjoyed the beats in this work she's done with Storm and Shirakawa, not just the belt on the line, but Mariah May on the line as well. I think it's Toni Storm. I don't see anyone on the horizon that could possibly beat Toni yet. I think it will happen. It has to happen at some point.
It's
This is
Mariah.
wrestling.
It's Mariah.
Do you think it's Mariah?
Yeah, eventually.
Maybe eventually Mariah. Maybe they have a feud. I don't know whether it's Mariah that beats Toni, but regardless, I don't think it's Mina Shirakawa on this occasion. So I'm picking Timeless Toni.
I'm picking Timeless Toni as well, but it's very interesting what they did with the champagne bottle on this week's Dynamite. Mina aiming for Toni Storm. She hits Mariah in the head with the champagne bottle. Will Mariah think that Toni ducked out the way, so Mariah took the brunt of the champagne bottle? Or will she think, oh, my friend, I don't know what they're going to do, but I thought they built up quite nicely in that little segment there. So a little bit of jeopardy, but I do think Toni Storm will get the job done. But I do think Mariah May will have a bearing on the result one way or t'other. Yeah.
The IWGP Heavyweight Championship on the line. Jon Moxley defends against Tetsuya Naito. Who you got and why?
Luckily, I went searching the internet before doing this prediction, and I saw Tetsuya Naito say that if he doesn't win at the weekend, then Jon Moxley should take his place in the G1. And I don't think that'll happen. I think he's just said that because he knows he's going to win. Therefore, I'm going to pick Naito to take the title home. It's logical, baby. Who are you picking and why?
See, I saw that same clip, and it was the word should that kept me guessing. Didn't say that he would, just said that he should.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda,
Shoulda,
means I'm out
woulda,
of time.
coulda.
Who sung that?
Was
and
it?
I wonder what I gotta do.
Beverly Knight?
Maybe. Shoulda,
It was
woulda, coulda, means I'm out
It was
of
Pride of Wolverhampton, Beverly Knight. Shoulda, woulda, coulda means I'm out of time, but not out of time for Jon Moxley. I think Moxley is going to keep on to the belt here. I don't know who Moxley eventually loses that belt to. Maybe it is Naito, but maybe it's on a different Naito. I don't think that here we see Jon Moxley lose that title, despite what was said previously. So we differ. I'm going Moxley to retain.
Well, I just hope that trustworthy boy Naito is not a liar. And finally, for the AEW World title, we have Swerve Strickland defending his title against the international champion Will Ospreay. And who are you taking and why?
Swerve is not being evicted from his house. I think Swerve Strickland will retain here. I think these two are going to have a banger.
Yes.
Genuinely, I think we thought this was probably a match they were going to give us at Wembley.
Yes.
But we're having it here, so goodness knows what they've got cooking up for Wembley. I think we've got a rough idea based on what we talked about in the news video this morning. But I think this is going to be a great test for Ospreay to be in that featured main event position. I think they'll have a banger, but I don't think you end Swerve's title reign just yet. Where are you at?
Up until last night, I was like, which way do they go with this? Have they booked themselves into a corner, having Ospreay so early in his run, going for the world title, maybe losing a match? But then, as Sam's got his head in his hands behind the camera, is everything okay, Sam? Are you a big Will Ospreay fan? What's going on? But then, last night, Will Ospreay upstaged. The commentator said the word upstaged MJF several times. So I think the fact that Will Ospreay upstaged MJF in that opening promo on last night's Dynamite, I think MJF ruins Will Ospreay's night, and then that's the Wembley match. MJF versus Will Ospreay, not MJF versus Daniel Garcia. I think that's maybe a Wembley match in years to come, but not this year, in my opinion. So I think MJF interfering on behalf of Swerve to cost Will Ospreay is what will happen on the way to Wembley.
Would you like me to upstage and do the outro?
Yes, I would, Tom, and I'll sit back and bask in my sweat because I necked a can of Monster before coming down here, and I might be having a heart attack.
Right, before you do, matey, 9 pitches for Forbidden Door waiting for you on the YouTube channel right now. You can check out live reactions, hopefully with Ross and I, on Sunday night. Throughout the night, you get the latest news coming out of Forbidden Door on the channel as well. And what happened at Forbidden Door with Jack the Jobber just a few hours afterwards as well. Let's all have a lovely weekend. I wish you the best, and I am excited to put an end to the drip drip. I am going to be the spanner that tightens the pipe that stops the drip drip.
Well, I'm going to be a beaver and take the old nut out of the thing and make the water gush. That's how beavers work, isn't it, Tom? I'm a beaver. Ah!
He's a beaver. See you this weekend.